Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting for financial freedom. We will now be taking a look at the Jasmy price set as well as the ICP, Internet Computer Protocol price set. The market is really much excited. Today is Tuesday, the second day of trading. We are not really seeing big numbers that we were seeing yesterday, but the most interesting thing here is that ICP is actually leading very well, as well as the Jasmy price set. So here, let's quickly start with the ICP Internet Computer price set, because we can clearly see here that, you know what, the price has really just maintained these higher lows. You can see here, here, and here, and that's considered to be bullish, obviously. At the same time, we still have got these lower highs coming in here, 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 and here as well. But right at this point, it's looking like we are about to break trend. If you heard me yesterday, I was saying that there could be a resistance level at $8 here for ICP, and all day we really have been stepping at $8, coming back, step at $8, come back again, $8, and really that has been the kind of price action that we have seen the rest of the day, right? So now we are at a point where we are going to be likely breaking this downtrend for ICP. Take a look at this downward sloping resistance here that ICP has tested like 3 times already, and yeah, we can see that the daily candle today is already trading outside of that, you know, resistance. So that's great. If we close the daily candle outside of that level, that's a good indication, at least, to say that, you know what, the downtrend here of those lower highs may be over. Now when we take a look at the chart, we can also see that I think it's not going to be very easy for ICP to just, you know, blast back to something like $10.50 or $10.90 or something like that. Yeah, because we are seeing that we have got resistance here at $9. That was the latest rejection that we got on ICP, but you can already see that there was traffic there as well. And going back as far as something like December 2023, there was some kind of traffic right there. So yeah, ICP needs to break above that level there, but obviously, you know, we could see a rejection and then, you know, another try to get back above that resistance level, and then finally head to something like $10.50. Now $10.50, this is where things really get exciting for ICP. Now I've said that it may not be easy to break the resistance, but we actually have got good news here. If we take a look at the underlying indicators, for example, here on the weekly time frame, we see that when we take a look at the MACD, it's looking like, yeah, like the bearish momentum is really away for the last, I don't know, many weeks. So you can see that we are in an uptrend here, but at the same time, we are looking to have a bullish cross. It's not yet confirmed right at this point, but it's something that is coming. Now, this is not really the most bullish thing that I was looking at there with the underlying indicators. I was actually focusing on the RSI, and what we see here with the RSI is, you can see that we obviously have got a blue line, and then we also have got this yellow line, right? So the yellow line is the moving average of the RSI, but what we actually see here is that if the RSI, the blue line, is trending above the yellow line here, that has resulted in great price action for ICP. The latest that this happened was back then in October 2023, and we saw over 600%, right? Now we also have got another instance here back then in like December 2022, and you can already see what eventually happened with the price here for ICP. Also the same price action in July 2022, we were saying that we had a cross there and the RSI was trending over the moving average there. So we saw what eventually happened with this price action. Almost the same thing here, although this one was a little bit much more shallow, because I think there were a lot of unlocks that were happening there. So the net downtrend was to the downside. Now with ICP, we have a chance to pump like very hard, because the average that we were pumping with this other instances, I really didn't calculate it yet, but I saw maybe the list was something like 100-something% pump. So ICP can definitely pump 100% from here. Let's just put it out there. If we pump 100% from where the price is sitting right at this point, we could see maybe ICP had above $16-17, right? So I'm just saying this so that, you know, you don't lose hope that ICP is going to be rejected very much, because we have got the indicators on our side, right? And they have worked well in the past. So why shouldn't they work around at this time? But of course, still, this bar here around $10, $11, $50, $11.30 is the main resistance that we have here on ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. I would really love to see us, you know, getting back and breaking above that level, because you know what that means? The bull market is probably back for the ICP price, and we can start talking more into detail about our price targets of as high as something like $220 for ICP, Internet Computer Protocol. But as you can see right now, I'm speaking, and the price is right now at $8.18. That's really great for ICP. Again, I just want to remind you that our partners at BingX have actually provided an activity for the community, and each individual could win up to something like $5,440, and on top of that, up to 300 ton tokens. This activity is going to be lasting for the next 20 days or something like that, so don't miss out. check out the link in the comment section or maybe the description, and you can take advantage of that. So now moving on to the Jasmy price chart, we also have got an interesting story that is happening there. Almost the same thing with the ICP internet computer price chart, in the sense that if you take a look at the daily time frame, there is also this downward sloping resistance, and Jasmy is looking to break trend. You can already see that it has been a series of lower highs, but you know, we are taking a step at that downward sloping resistance one more time. Now again, if you take a look at the previous resistances that we were having here for the Jasmy price, that you can already see that, you know, there is a lot of traffic right around this area for Jasmy. So that will be something like 2.6 cents at the peak of the resistance for Jasmy. But I think if the market really holds well and everything is strong in the market, Jasmy can certainly bulldoze its way above this resistance level here that we are seeing. Now on top of that, I wanted to draw our attention back to the 50 daily moving average one more time and show you how important, you know, this level is. So yeah, we are looking to break trend, right? Let me just go ahead and clean this one here, but just keep in mind that we have a resistance there. But the thing is, you guys know, if Jasmy is below the 50 daily moving average, it's normally lights out, right? That was also the same case here when we got the latest projection. I really don't know why I didn't pay attention to that. I really should have been screaming and shouting that we are back at the 50 daily moving average, because really this is where the story gets decided for Jasmy. So I'm looking at this chart here and I'm saying, what is the most likely thing that is going to be happening in the next few days? I think that, yeah, the 50 daily moving average is going to be tested, and yeah, this is gonna be a make or break moment here for the Jasmy price. That there is a lot of traffic that you can see, resistances left, right and center, but eventually, if the market is also great, Jasmy will break this trend. So right now I'm watching this like basically the equivalence of like watching paint dry, but that's really how I'm very much involved with this Jasmy price, because what I didn't want to see is that Jasmy closes a daily candle below 1.8 cents. That would actually mean that Jasmy has to pull all the way back down to something like 1.5 cents. And that was not going to be acceptable for me, because we don't want to be playing too much close to this major support level at 1.5 cents. If we lose it, yeah, then bad things could actually happen here for the Jasmy price. And now let me show you something that is very, very positive here on a daily time frame, right? But maybe you can even take it to the weekly time frame. It's a super Elliott wave count that is happening there. And this is really amazing, right? So if you take it from the very bottom that we were bottoming out right around 26th of December 2022, you could say that this is wave 1 and this whole thing here is wave 2. Then from here, this whole thing is wave 3. Then this whole correction that we have been seeing is just an ABC correction to form wave 4. Then from there, we are looking for a 5th wave, right? Let me just go ahead and explain a few things here, because, you know, people will be asking, why didn't you count maybe this one, for example, as wave 3 or wave 1, whatever the case may be, right? So according to Elliott wave theory, you know the deal, right? We have got impulse waves, and you also have got the corrective wave, right? So wave 2 and wave 4 are corrective waves in this situation. And I would think that, yeah, in as much as Elliott wave theory is like very much subjective, but I would say that this is an A, B, C correction, right, to make wave 2. Then we could also be saying that this is an ABC correction here, an A, B, C correction to come up with wave 4. Now, when it comes to wave 3 here, can we actually come up with 5 waves? Because like it has to be made of its own 5 waves, right? So that's wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Wave 4 here, then finally wave 5. So we have all those things coming together. Obviously for wave 1 it may be very much complicated, but there is also no rule that says you have to actually go into the minutes and all the tiny small waves that we have here. But what I'm just trying to get to here is that with the Jasmy price, let me go ahead and really clear everything. Let me just show you one more time here. We are looking at wave 1, wave 2 here, then wave 3 to make up wave 4 here, then finally we are looking for the 5th wave. That really is something that is very much exciting. You know why it's exciting? Because this is actually just the beginning, right? So I really cannot say I would expect, you know, the 5th wave to go to this level, because there's just no way for me to measure. But it's very much clear that this is very much bullish for the Jasmy price. So I'm saying that this is the beginning, because usually what you see is you also have got an A, B, C correction maybe to correct. Then from there, you are looking at another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me quickly show you an example here so that you have a clear understanding. So we are taking a look at the fetch price, for example, and you see that Elliott wave count that is almost similar to what we are discussing here with the Jasmy prices. So once you have your first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have an ABC correction, and then you also have to repeat the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. So that means that Jasmy is very much a bullish according to that Elliott wave count that we did right there. So that was very important for me that Jasmy holds something like 1.8 cents because it also, creates the scenario in which we can pump with another set of Elliott wave counts, right? Maybe back to something like, for example, 54 cents that we want to see here as the preliminary price targets, and then maybe the best case scenario is that we want to see here as high as something like $1.20 for Jasmy. So the main takeaway is that in the immediate short term, we have to break this downtrend. We have had a series of lower highs, left, right, and center here, but right now we want to be seeing this whole thing get destroyed, right? We want to be setting a high compared to this level here, and I would say that this is 2.4 cents, but you can already see that the main resistance goes as high something like 2.6 cents. We want to be getting above the 50 daily moving average as well for the Jasmy price set, and with that we can say we have got a new breath of fresh air for the Jasmy price set. Now obviously all these things are not happening in a bubble. We have got a macro economy, and with that, really there is a lot of uncertainty there. I could actually make a separate video and tell you all the nitty-gritties, but everybody has been talking about interest rates. Now, yeah, I believe that everybody is partially right, and it's not necessarily that the moment we are getting like a rate cut, the market is going to be excited and moving to the upside. Actually, if we take a look at the data, it has actually suggested that the market really does well when the Fed has actually had like a cutting phase, and then from there they are maintaining constant rate. This is where you see that the market is really doing super well. You can also see the same thing happening here. But when they initially start cutting, as you can see here, this is the Dow Jones by the stock market, and the Fed rate cut here, then you see that the market drops a little bit, right? So this is the last time that we had this in 2007. We also had almost the same thing in 2019, right? So you saw the market dropping after COVID, and you can go back as far as something like 2000 and see that even in this phase here, when they started cutting, the market dropped initially. So I'm very much cautiously optimistic of what is going to be happening, especially next week, right? So let's wait and see and live the moment. But if we want to be taking a look at individual price action here for the Jasmy price set for ICP, they don't look like they are overly bearish, but obviously the macro is going to be playing a very important role in whatever is going to be happening right there, right? I want to remind you of this activity that is coming from our partners at BingX exchange. They're offering up to something like $4,450, and on top of that 300 ton tokens if you participate in their events and stuff like that. Other than that, I want you to check out the toolkit that I've been preparing for you all summer to help you set up your own charts and indicators, become a profitable trader. So go ahead and visit cftoolkit.com, and the cost is $35. It's a one-time payment, no recurring fees. I made it to be affordable for everybody. Just remember, none of what I say is financial advice, and you shouldn't be buying or selling anything because of anything I say, all right? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll see you on the very next one.